Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. In today's video, we are diving into a new first impression video. If you're new to the channel, these first impression videos, I haven't actually tested out the application beforehand. This is my literal first impression of the experience. The reasoning behind doing something like this is to show how intuitive an application is. Is there a learning curve? Are there some issues you should be aware of when you first try out the application? And as usual, the easiest place to start is on the pricing. So this is supposed to be an all-in-one application that feels a little like tailored towards goals in the onboarding experience. They had something about smart goals, and they have three different pricing plans. They have a free plan, which gives you the smart goal tracker. It does not give you anything else here. It gives you like the to-do list with time blocking and tags with 6.3K plus customizations. Not sure what that means, but you don't get the budgeting, you don't get notes with encryption, you don't get the calendar with reminders, and you're not getting daily habit tracker either. For those features, you have to pay $6 each month or $9 each month, depending on monthly or yearly. There is also a limited time lifetime plan, which is 199 USD. But currently, so today is the 10th of June, there is an ongoing app Sumo deal as well, which gives you the whole experience for 39 USD. I have never tested out AppSumo before, but there is a current deal running right now. And 39 USD for a lifetime plan is actually quite cheap. So with that, you are getting everything and you're getting lifetime access to everything. I would do my research on what this AppSumo includes, but it looks like it includes the same as here, like the same lifetime plan, just much cheaper, but just do your research on that. Now let's jump into the application. So I like the left sidebar. That makes it much easier to navigate the application. I also joined or started a free trial, so I am currently on the paid plan, but let's try to add a few things. Let's start off with a goal. So I can create smart goals, and let's just go over this. So create a new goal. Let's just say I wanted 5,000 YouTube subs. Goal is 5,000. Can I write 5,000 like that? And achieve this goal by, let's just do a random date here. Save. Here we have a goal. I have to add a tag. So let's do the company name or my company's name. Let's then press save. So you actually have to add a tag to it. I like the way this looks. So let's say I had well, what happens if I press the plus here? If I click here, I get the same. Like, what happens if I add something? Does pressing the plus, does it add a new goal? Let's do test. Let's do 1,000. Let's do save. So that's adds a milestone. And if I remove this, if I click here again, I can actually add units from here. So let's say I was at 2,500. Actually, that's wrong. Sorry, wrong thing. It's achieved like this. Save. You don't need the units. But let's say I reached 3,000, for example. One issue I have is that I can't like track my progress unless I add milestones. I can't really see when I've added something or when I've come closer to actually achieving my goal. So that is something this is lacking. I like the milestones, and I, in general, like how this sort of card view of your goals look. You can also see achieved goals here. That is also something I like. So quite basic goal tracking, but it is something that most applications do not have. Let's actually keep this for now. The calendar. So this is supposed to be a daily planner calendar. So let's try to add some to-dos first, just to see if they work together. Let's close this up. So this is overdue today, eventually, so someday. Let's add a couple test. I like that you can add urgency and importance. That is something I like. Checklists. Um, what is a checklist? So I can add an item. Let's do test here as well. So basically, I can add subtasks, test too, and also there is a description. Does this work with Markdown? It does not. No backslash functionality either. I can choose whether or not it is repeated. I can give it a tag. So I would probably do like areas of life as my tag, my different tags. So I would have 3 or 4 for each area of my life. So that is the task set up. Let's do save. Can I drag this back and forward? I can. Can I drag this to eventually? I can. So the drag and drop in this Kanban view is great. What happens if I press this? So this moves it to the next 3-day view. So there is a 3-day view here. Can I change the view? I can change to, I can use the Eisenhower matrix. So I can do that. But can I change this view? It doesn't seem like I can change to another view. I can change it to dark mode. Let's actually keep it at dark mode. I saw a comment today that asked me if I could do my videos in dark mode. So let's just keep it here in dark mode. I can time block it, but that time blocks it like that. Can I open my calendar from here? I can, and my guess is that I can then drag this into my calendar, but it doesn't seem like I can. That was a misclick. Uh, it doesn't seem like I can. If I remove this now, what did I do to the drag and drop here? Because I can't drag and drop this now. Let's try to add one more. So let's add test 2. Save. I should be able to drag. If I go back to light mode, does that work? Nope. It does not work. So something is not working here. I don't know what I clicked to make this stop working. I can't drag and drop it any longer, which is a little weird. But it worked earlier. You all saw that it worked earlier, so it is supposed to work. Let's go back to the calendar and see if I can drag things from here. It doesn't seem like I can drag at all now. Like I can't drag here either, but I can do a calendar block from here. So let's do, now it's 6, so let's do 6:30. 6:45, and it adds it. Can I then move it from within the calendar? It doesn't work either to just hold and drag this. Can't resize it either. So my guess is that that is supposed to work, but it doesn't right now. I can also start a Pomodoro timer from here with sounds, a notification sound. But this annoyed me a little, not being able to do that. Can I create an event? So I can create an event here, and I can choose whether or not it syncs. So that is also something I really like. Can I do that here? No, I can't do that with my tasks. So I can't choose whether or not a task should be synced. Projects, this is my project hub. So let's just finish this off. Choose or create a project. So let's create one called YouTube videos, for example. Let's save this. Click save. It needs a tag. I don't like the fact that it has to have a tag. Can I open this up now? And then I can actually add members, attachments. There are folders here and tasks. So let's just add film video like this. Save. This one I can actually drag back and forth. So it works again now. Let's go back and just quickly see if it works here. So it works again now. Can I now drag this into here? I can. Let's just release it. Or I can't. So this doesn't work. My guess is that this is supposed to work. Otherwise, why would you have your calendar in the to-do page if it isn't supposed to work? So my guess is that it is a bug. Back to the projects here. I can add a description to it. What does the folders do? So it doesn't seem like I can click on the folders. I can only add tasks. I like this, and I can write in here, and I can create a linked to do. I'm not sure what that does. My guess is that it opens up, so it creates another to do that is linked back to my project. I would rather like it if this appeared in my to-dos whenever I gave it a day, but that is just a personal thing. And I would also like to have notes in my projects. What happens if I create this new folder? So let's just call this project folder. My guess is that that adds a new folder to my project, or it actually doesn't. I can create a new project. I'm not sure how the folders work and where, like, it seems like I can have multiple projects in one folder because this is the projects and this is the folder. How do I add more? Does right-clicking work? No, it does not. If I add a new project here and just call it test and just give it a tag, can I then choose? So it goes in the folder I'm currently in. So if I do this now, it should appear in, again, this tagging annoys me a little. It should appear here, but not in the base folder. So you could do folders and projects, probably again, area of life. So this would be, for example, my side hustle or my social medias or my day job, and every project related to that would go in here. So that is actually something I like. I don't know if I like the folder structure, but I like the idea of it. Let's quickly go over the notes here as well. So these are notes. I can actually add notes to the same folders, it looks like. So this should work with Markdown. So if we do just test and we do backslash, what are the possibilities here? So not too many if we do this. So it works with Markdown. Can I add tasks? So I can do a task list. But will these tasks now appear anywhere else? So this goes in here, but it then does not appear in my project folder. So I think I like the folder structure that the projects and the notes have the same folder. I would rather have the possibility to add notes to my projects as well, or I would like to have that possibility as well. And I would also like to be able to change where this goes, like change the folder from within here. What can I export it to? It doesn't actually allow me to export. I can click the button, but if you see down here, it just says, please try again. So that doesn't work. Let's go back just to quickly see how the dashboard looks. So no project tasks due today. Did I not create a project task that is due today? I did. So today is June 10th. So that should appear here, but it does not. I can add quick links here. I can do budgeting in here, so income, expensive, quite easy budgeting. How much do you have in income? How much do you have in expenses? And I can manage my tags from within here. But there are a few things that annoy me a little bit. Some of them are bugs. It looks like not being able to move this by holding and clicking. And there are some other things as well. So I like there are things I like and there are things I heavily dislike. Another thing which seems like a bug is this today's project tasks that should appear. I would like it if notes with tasks appeared as well, or at least having the ability to allow that to appear. But this is a really early stage application, and one of the reasons I know that it is an early stage application is that it has an AppSumo deal and it also has a lifetime deal, which isn't something applications that have been around for a while actually have. I think it's great with the goal planning and all of the features. It feels like the features need a little bit more work. I don't think that it is currently worth $9 each month if you compare it to the other applications that are out there. The lifetime deal, well, it all depends on how much. I haven't done any research on the team behind the application, how long it's been here. I just know that it is a new application I haven't tested out, so I will come back to this in a few weeks and see if it has improved a little, but it looks like a really interesting application. So I like the feature set, I like the idea, but there needs to be put some more work into it to polish the application. But that covers it for this first impression video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching today's video.